Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. This week's project is going to be a sheep's hoof style blade for a knife that a friend of mine asked me to make for him, and so this is going to be a birthday present for him. So the steel for this is right about this much spring steel, and it's a through tang with mild steel for the bolster and pommel, and then a walnut wood for the handle. So real quick, I'll go ahead and show you the tools that I used during the making of this project. You don't necessarily need all of them, and you can kind of substitute a few if you have a different tool or something that you think works better. But if you want to follow along or you want to make this thing at home, like here's some of the stuff you might need. Belt sander, forge, hammers, anvil, and all this stuff. You can pause it there if you want to see everything. So here you can see that we're already a little bit into forging this blade. So sometimes what happens is you forget to push the record button and you just don't end up having that footage. So in your mind, just close your eyes and imagine how that looked. So right here what I'm doing is I'm just tracing out the new place where I'm going to have my tang. I actually had way more material on this than I thought I would, and it far exceeded the specs, and I didn't want to do a full tang, I wanted to do just the through tang. So I ended up just shaving off these two end pieces to make it easier, and then we'll take it back to the forge and draw it out. So right here, pay close attention to how much the tang actually draws out. It started out at being right about 4 inches, which is about the width of the anvil, but you're gonna see by the end, it far overhangs the end of the anvil. So when you're drawing things out, just use something to measure so that you can see how far you're going. So here we're going to go back over to the belt sander. What we're going to do here is just finish up our rough outline and shape, and then we'll put it into the quench. Once you drill the holes in the handle, you're going to go ahead and heat up the tip of the tang, and this is going to be the part that you push through for the burn through. This is going to get you a much better fit for the handle. So here I'm just cutting the pieces of mild steel for the bolsters. You can make them generally about the same size, just make sure they're a little bigger than you want, that way you can sand them down later. Now we're going to drill our holes through the bolsters, and we're going to go ahead and finish that up with the vise and a file. Here we're just going to do the rough shaping of the handle. Once that and the bolsters have had their rough shapes, we're going to go ahead and glue everything together. So once everything is kind of set and glued up, you go ahead and cut off the excess of that tang so that you can go ahead and start peening it. This will create two connections, a chemical one from the epoxy adhering to the different pieces of the handle and the tang, as well as a mechanical one where you're peening the excess metal over to hold everything together. So here we're just going back and finishing the shaping and cleaning up the handle. Just make sure that during this process, since you already placed the epoxy in there and it's already set, that you don't heat up the bolsters or the handle too much, because that will start to break that epoxy back down. And finally, we apply a fresh coat of oiled linseed oil to the handle to really give it that nice dark look and protect the wood. And there she is, the sheep's hoof blade. I think my friend's going to be really happy with this one. Hey guys, so I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end of the video. I had a lot of fun making this project, and it's pretty simple in design, but there's definitely some places you can get hung up, so try not to do that. But until next time, super glad to have you guys here, and I can't wait to bring some more projects for y'all to try. Have a good day, be careful in the shop, and I'll see you guys next time.